How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're finally going to be continuing one of my favorite what ifs on this channel. What if Super Buu turned good? It's been a few months since the last part came out, so make sure you click the link up above to check it out. Make sure that if you guys like this series, then make sure you hit that like button. That way I know you guys would want to see the next part. Let's see if we can get this video to 1K likes, that way I can instantly start working on the next part. If you also like this series, make sure you subscribe. That way you can know when the next part comes out. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get back into this what if. We begin shortly after the Tournament of Power, with Goku and Vegeta training alongside the others on Beerus' planet. The two of them showed off how powerful they became during the Tournament of Power, which granted them permission to go and train with Whis. Through this training, the two of them managed to access Super Saiyan God naturally, without needing to use the ritual, which is pretty much what Goku and Vegeta wanted anyways, as they didn't want to cheat their way to power through a ritual. These two haven't only been training with each other, they've been training alongside their sons as well. Goten and Trunks have also finally aged up, which they should have in the main story anyways, but for this story, I'm just gonna say it's because of all the training that they've been doing. With these four training together, they've all gotten very powerful in their god states, and while training with their fathers, Goten and Trunks finally managed to access Super Saiyan Blue. Goku and Vegeta are pretty shocked to see this, as all of their sons are outclassing them left and right, but use this as motivation to train themselves even harder, trying to grant access to this form as well. Goku and Vegeta are much weaker than they were in canon, as even though they've been training together in the afterlife for years, it's not the same as training with Whis. So even though the two fully managed to master Super Saiyan 3, they still have a long way to go before they are truly in the realm of the gods. On Earth, Gohan, Black, and Buu continue training together, with Gohan trying his hardest to gain access to Ultra Instinct once again, which is something he hasn't been able to use since the Tournament of Power. Black has been jealous too, wanting this power for himself, and trained as hard as he can with Gohan to be able to get it himself. Buu no longer has hit inside of him, as he ejected him from himself after the tournament, but he does remember some of the abilities he gained from the assassin, and has been trying to get a hold of gaining those powers again himself. Everybody is training to better themselves, and life is going pretty well for everybody. In space though, things aren't going well for Frieza's army. They once again lost Frieza, and they're struggling very hard to keep the force going. The worst part is that Frieza isn't even dead this time, he's just trapped by Majin Buu, and they can't return to Earth as they are, or else they'll just be killed. Kikuno and Berry Blue think of all the ways that they can to save Frieza, and Berry Blue only has one good idea. They remember hearing about a strange ability the Yardrats had called Forced Spirit Fission, which allows you to take out beings who have been absorbed. If they manage to learn this technique, then maybe they would be able to return to Earth and get Frieza back. Of course, the Yardrats aren't just going to help teach a technique to them, as the Ginyu Force tried to wipe out the planet years ago. So it's highly unlikely they would help. They need somebody who is on their side, and is also pure of heart. But who? Luckily, Chilai and Lemo still return with Broly and Paragus as normal, which is the answer to all their problems. Broly is a very pure person, and if they have him learn Force Spirit Fission, they can bring him to Earth to rescue Frieza. Berry Blue explains to Paragus that now that they're going to be heading to a planet called Yardrat, where these two can train to defeat that Vegeta they were talking about, and to rescue their master Frieza. Paragus isn't too concerned about this, as Yardrat is a pretty nice planet, so he's not bothered by it. They also have a specialty of teaching spirit control, which is something that Broly would desperately need. Kikuno takes Broly and Paragus to Yardrat, and the three meet with Paibara, asking if they can train under him. Paibara says that Paragus and Kikuno aren't very suited for this, as they don't seem to be the nicest people out there, but Broly is more than welcome to train under them. Kikuno doesn't mind at all, since they only needed one person to learn the technique. Broly is accepted to train under the Yardrats and begins to learn Forced Spirit Fission. This training for Broly is very beneficial, as most of his rage is put under control by Paibara, since Broly needs to master body and mind if he's going to learn an advanced technique like Spirit Fission. Broly also gets his shock collar removed by Paibara, as he knows that this wouldn't be needed anymore, which kinda freaks out Paragus, but the Yardrats do their best to calm him down, as they've got everything under control. Broly continues his training, though it is going to be a few more months until his training is fully completed. And in this time that Broly is training, Moro escapes from the Galactic Prison. With Moro on the run, the Galactic Patrol are going to need the power of the Grand Supreme Kai, so they go off to Earth and ask Buu for help. Buu tells Beerus that he doesn't quite remember this technique he's talking about, as he doesn't have the Grand Supreme Kai's memories. Beerus tells Buu that it's not a problem, they have a hypnotist that can help him regain his memories. That way they can get Buu's help against Moro. Buu says that of course he'll go along to help, and tells Gohan and Black to stay behind here on Earth, just in case anything happens. And he can go and handle this himself. Buu goes with Miras, and while Miras goes off to arrest some criminals in the meantime, Buu meets the Galactic Patrol hypnotist, regaining the lost memories of Dokkan. And with these memories, Buu is very angry now, remembering all of the horrible deeds that Moro did, and they continue to search for Moro. The problem right now is that with all of the special powers that Buu has, instant transmission isn't one of them, so the group have no idea where Moro is, meaning Moro is able to go to Namek, kill all the Namekians, and get the Dragon Balls without anybody to stop him. Now again, Buu does have the Kai ability, which allows him to transport anywhere throughout the universe, but the main problem is that he doesn't know where Moro is. And if he did, he would just easily go to Namek. But the fact that Buu has no idea where Moro is since he can't sense him means he can't teleport to Namek. Moro also kills Cranberry before he is able to make his first wish, meaning Moro now gets all 3 wishes for himself. His first wish should be, of course, to regain his magic, and his second wish should be to free all of those from the Galactic Prison. Now, what is Moro's final wish going to be? I feel his final wish should be to have the knowledge of planets with very high energy levels and their locations. That way he can instantly take his crew and go to these planets, that way he can get a nice meal. With this, Moro is picked up by Saganbo and his crew, and he devours Namek and goes off to find some tasty planets. Miras gets a message that the Galactic prisoners have escaped and made their way to Planet Namek, so Miras, Jocko, and Buu quickly rush over to Namek, but do not find anything there. Moro had already eaten the planet. This is a huge loss, and the patrol have no idea where to go now. Moro has gotten more powerful, and now he has a whole crew to help him. The worst part is they have no idea where he is. Buu tells the patrol that for now, they should go and explore the universe, trying their best to track him down. He'll try his best to search for energy signatures going down, that way he can instantly lock onto their energies and teleport there. The patrol quickly continue going throughout the universe, searching for Moro and his crew. Now, Moro and his crew are going throughout the universe pretty much like in canon, except this time when 7-3, Yunba, and Chimorika, I think that's how you say his name, arrive on the planet looking for trouble, Gohan and Black step in to save Piccolo. Before, Black saved Krillin from Yunba by killing him himself, and now he's here to help fight with 7-3. Gohan and Black fight with 7-3, and this time it's much easier to take down the android, as Gohan is much stronger than he is in canon, and he's got Black there to help him out. 7-3 doesn't just get completely bodied in no time though, as he much sooner activates his Moro abilities and begins to drain the energy of everybody present. Even with a much stronger Gohan and Black around, they're still not immune to the energy drain, and are severely weakened, and almost killed by the android. Except, Buu arrives, sending his friends being beaten down badly, and blasts 7-3, releasing all of the energy he stole. Everybody is hanging by a thread, and Buu quickly heals them all to normal levels, glaring at 7-3 and asking where Moro is. 7-3 isn't talking, and goes in to fight Buu, and Buu and 7-3 battle it out, with Buu having the clear advantage. Sure, 7-3's got Moro's magical abilities, but even Fat Buu could go up against that, so I'm pretty sure a much more powerful Super Buu, the Zamasu and Frieza absorb, can handle something like that. 7-3 is largely outclassed, and lies defeated on the ground, not being able to move. Buu looks at the android and decides not to kill him, as he has some pretty unique abilities, and he might have some info on Moro's whereabouts. So, Buu absorbs 7-3, getting his powers and his memories. Unfortunately, Moro doesn't have an exact location, and he's just going throughout the universe in a ship right now. But he has heard about all of the trouble with Earth, so he's going to be making his way to the planet in a month's time. The Z Fighters thank Buu for saving them from the android, and Buu says of course, though they're all now going to have to train up, as Moro can absorb energy like 7-3 did, and they're going to need to find a way to defend against that just in case. Buu is the only one who isn't affected by this, but if Buu can't defeat Moro by himself, help is going to be needed. Gohan says the only way he can think of to defend against that ability is Ultra Instinct, so he's going to need to train his hardest to get this form again, to defend the planet. Goku, Vegeta, Goten, and Trunks are also contacted, and they are informed of the recent attack to Earth, and they have about a month to train themselves up for the upcoming battle. The Z Fighters all separate now, going on their own training paths to become even stronger, and to be able to defeat Moro. And I feel like that's a good spot to leave this episode for now. Next time, we're going to be exploring the end of the Moro arc, and whatever happened to Broly and the others on Yardrat. So, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, that way you don't miss out on the next part when it comes around. And before I go, I would like to do a quick shout out to all of my patrons who support me over on Patreon. So, huge shout out to Dreadpool, Patrick Sandlin, and Mr. Darkness for pledging. It really means a lot, you guys, so thank you all so much. If you want to be like these guys and get your name in the credits of these videos, then make sure you go and pledge on Patreon, where you'll get early access to videos and a bunch of other special perks. And with all of that, thank you all so much for watching, and until we meet again, see you later!